Good evening, everybody. Welcome to FDRS 2019. I am so honored to be here. I'm so honored to see all of you here. And first and foremost, I want to recognize all of the people from Maryland. Look at all the people from Maryland. For those of you who don't know, the Mid-Atlantic group did a walkathon just a few weeks ago, spearheaded by Miss Julie. Julie, stand up. Look at her awesome t-shirt. There were a number of folks who turned out for the walkathon, and they actually raised some money for FDRS as well. So we are so thankful for that, and also for raising awareness for lipedema as well. So thank you so much to the Maryland group. We have over 250 people tonight registered for the conference. We sold it. We did sell out the number of tickets, representing 35 states. 35 states are represented, and we have at least 2 or 3 countries represented here today, too. So we have some folks from Brazil, we have some folks from Australia, and we have some folks from Israel, and those are just the ones off the top of my head. I've read the registration list a few times. I don't have it completely committed to memory. So thank you for everyone who traveled far, and for those of you who didn't have to travel as far, to be here with us. And I want to do a special welcome to our live stream folks. Everyone say hello to the folks that are at home on live stream. We have been so honored to be able to live stream our conferences. I believe this is the 3rd year in a row that we've done it, and we rely on the generosity of our donors to be able to do that. So we're so fortunate to be able to do that, and we're so happy that they are able to be able to do that from home as well. This conference would not be made possible without a few pioneers. Did you know that this year, 2019, FDRS is celebrating a birthday? 10 years. 10 years ago, happy birthday, FDRS. 10 years ago, there were a few folks, and we do have at least one founding member here. I don't know if she's in the room right now. Dr. Karen Herbst was a founding member of FDRS. There she is. And I also want to recognize there's been a few people who have been to every FDRS conference since we started. So 2009 was the very first FDRS conference. I know Dr. Karen Herbst was there. I know Miss Linda Ann Kahn was there. Anyone else in this room that was at the 2009 conference in Chicago? Is anyone else here? It was a small but mighty group. Well, we thank all of the founders and all of the people who blazed the way ahead of us so that we are here today. As you can see on the screen, we've had a number of conferences. This will be the 8th FDRS conference, and we are here in Baltimore, so very excited to be here. I attended, a little personal time, I attended my very first conference, my very first FDRS conference was 5 years ago in Washington, D.C. I had just Googled lipedema. I've heard of lipedema. What's lipedema? To the Google machine I go, and there was a conference coming up. And I went to that conference. It was a great conference in Washington, D.C., met a lot of wonderful people, and I raised my hand and said, "Can I volunteer?" And here I am. I volunteered, and many of you know me. I am, for those of you who don't know me, I am Cheyenne Brinson. I am the president of FDRS. This past summer, thank you. This past summer, I had the distinct honor of hosting the FDRS. We had a board retreat in Chicago. So the board members, we all hunkered down, literally. If you can imagine, 4 people very dedicated to writing out what our strategic plan for the next year is. We did that in Chicago. That also was my last weekend in Chicago. 15 years in Chicago, and I have moved to Houston. So I'm a Texas girl now. I moved to Houston over the summer. And by the way, I moved the end of June. And if you've never been to Houston in the summer, so yes, I have rediscovered that humidity is my kryptonite. Yes, my ankles swell. Like, oh, hello there. Hello, friends. So yes, but also, I got married. And so when I was planning, my wedding was very simple. At 40-something, I'll be 45 this year, okay. So at 40-something, getting married, like, okay, I don't want a big wedding. It's just going to be the two of us. I reached out to my sisters to say, which dress should I buy? And this is it. This is the dress you guys helped me purchase. So because of my dear friend Brianna, she's like, you have to wear that dress, don't you? So here I am. But no, we've had a lot going on in the past year, planning for FDRS. A lot of us have personal things that have come along. And I just want to take this time now to thank the Conference Planning Committee. Without the Conference Planning Committee, there's so many details, little small details that go into planning a conference, and I'm just so grateful to have all of their support and all of their help in getting this conference together. I want to recognize Miriam Aladdin. Woohoo! She's a Maryland girl, if you can't tell. I want to recognize Polly Armour. It's like, where are you, Polly? Woohoo! There's Polly. We want to recognize Laura Baker, who's watching from home. Hi, Laura. Rachel Feingold. There's Rachel. There she is. Another Maryland person. Brianna Garrett. We have Lori Peltnitz, who's watching from home as well tonight. Hey, Lori. We have Jerian Wheaton. And Ray Wood, who would also be joining us from home as well. We also want to give a special thanks to Audra Valdez, who put together our speaker template for us. We're very appreciative. And we also want to thank Kish Passini, who headed our social media campaign. I don't know if you noticed or not, but we have a lot of social media presence this year, so we're very thankful for Kish. And we debuted just this year an Instagram page. So check out our Instagram page. You know, they always say it takes a village, and I want to recognize the FDRS board. I want to recognize from home our vice president, who's been with the FDRS board for a number of years, Laura Baker. Our secretary, Brianna Garrett. Our treasurer, Miriam Aladdin. Our research coordinator, Polly Armour. It's like, where's Polly? And making her initial debut as a board member, our newly minted board member, Rachel Feingold. Let me tell you, these ladies are my rock. These ladies have put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears over the last many years. For those of you who don't know, we are an all-volunteer board. All of us have other commitments outside of FDRS. Most of us have outside jobs. I always say, and the job that pays me, this one does not. This is all a 100% volunteer effort, and we're able to still put together the conference and the other number of initiatives. I'm going to share with you some of the accomplishments that we've had over the year, but just wanted to share with you the devotion of the volunteer board. And so let's give another round of applause for the board of directors. How many of you participated in research this time? Look at all those hands go up. What an awesome experience with research. We want to thank the University of Arizona. Vanderbilt University Medical Center. Seems like they're all sitting over that way. And the Lipedema Foundation. Thank you all for all that you're doing for lipedema research. We are so grateful for the research that's been occurring. This is the third year in a row that on-site research has occurred in conjunction with a patient conference. So how exciting is that? So thank you. Really quickly, what are some of the things that we as FDRS have been up to since the last time that you saw us? Obviously, our biggest initiative each year is the conference. So last year, our conference was in Dallas. This year, the conference is obviously here in Baltimore. And when we look around the room, who do we have? We have patients. We have lipedema patients. We have Derkham's patients. And for the first time ever, we have Madeline's patients joining us. Welcome, Madeline's patients. But we also have a unique opportunity of this is not just a patient conference, it's also for clinicians. How would the physicians in the room please raise your hand or recognize yourself? So we have a number, and this is actually, thank you. This conference, we have more physicians in attendance than we ever have in any previous conference. Fantastic. We also have a number of therapists who are in attendance. Would the therapists please raise your hands? Yeah, and you very spirited group they are. Also, record number of therapists in attendance. And we also have researchers in attendance. Would the researchers please raise your hand as well? Thank you. One of the things I mentioned that we got together and we had a strategic meeting and put together a strategic plan, and it's been very nice for us to recognize a number of the things that we set out to do. One of the initiatives that we had for this year was to increase our social media presence, and we've been able to do that and looking to even expand it. Another big thing that we did, and part of our strategic plan is that we want to go to meetings where they're talking about lipedema. We were able to attend the American College of Phlebotomy, phlebology. You guys are going to kill me. Phlebology. They've changed their name now. They announced that at that meeting. We were there. Dr. Karen Herbst, Dr. John Bartholomew, Dr. Stephen Dean were among speakers at that conference speaking about lipedema, and we had a booth there then to distribute information. Now, at that conference, if you guys will all pull out your folders, we were able to debut a new medical card for lipedema. 2 years ago, we debuted a new medical card for Derkham's, which is also in your folder. These cards are designed to give to clinicians. So if you are going out and you're talking to your physicians and they don't know about Derkham's, they don't know about lipedema, we have these cards available. The Derkham's cards you can order from our website right now, and they will be shipped to you. And in the next couple of weeks, after we take a little nap after the conference, we will be putting an order form for the lipedema cards on the website as well. So these are some new materials that we debuted at the meeting there that was in Nashville. We were able to engage and talk to a number of physicians, people who had never heard about lipedema before. And that's part of our strategic initiative is we want to attend at least one meeting per year to be able to support the physicians who are speaking at meetings and be able to complement and be able to have additional materials so that we can get the word out, whether it be for lipedema or for Derkham's at these different meetings. Another strategic initiative of ours is the lipedema community, the physician community, been talking about for a number of years, being able to host a standard of care meeting. And looky here, we have, went back up here, is that we had a number, with all the people who participated in the standard of care meeting, can you stand up? Yes. Thank you. We are incredibly excited that that was able to happen. Thank you, Dr. Karen Herbst, for spearheading the project and making it happen. We had a number of folks who were able to, slides just advance on up, but there we go. We had a number of folks that were able to help financially support the meeting. We're very grateful for them. Speaking of folks that we are grateful for financially is let's give a big round of applause to our platinum sponsor, the Lipedema Surgery Center. As you guys can imagine, putting on a conference is, from a financial perspective, it takes a lot of resources, and so we very much rely on the generosity of our sponsors. This also doesn't just help support this meeting, it also helps to support all of the work that we are doing with FDRS. We also want to thank our gold sponsor, Advanced Lipedema Treatment, Dr. David Amron. We also want to thank our gold sponsor, Lymphedema and Lipedema Center, Dr. Jay Granzow. We want to thank our bronze sponsors, Dr. Michael Schwartz, the Laser and Lipo and Vein Center, Dr. Thomas Wright, and Juzo. Also want to thank our program sponsor. We're able to print the programs thanks to BioFlect, so we actually have printed copies. And very new this year, we're very excited about, we have an app. And we have an app sponsor, which is the Advanced Lipedema Treatment. So thank you for the app. Now you may say, what app is she speaking of? If you will pull out your folders, in your folder on the left-hand side, there are instructions on how to download the app. You'll go to your app store and download the app. It'll give you the name of the app. You're going to search for the conference, FDRS, and then it's going to ask for a password, and you'll enter your password. And you do need to be connected to Wi-Fi. Speaking of Wi-Fi, I've been asked a few times, I forgot to make a slide for it, but there is conference-wide Wi-Fi when you're in this room, and the password for the Wi-Fi you go to, when you look at your connections, you're going to find the conference Wi-Fi, and the password is FDRS 2019. So so you have free Wi-Fi while you're here in the conference room all throughout the conference. And so you do need Wi-Fi to download the app. The app will show you the schedule of events, and very exciting, for the first time ever, you will also be able to download the slides. So, and you not only will you be able to download the slides in the app, you can actually take notes on the slides. Let's say you don't want to use your phone, you can use an iPad, you can use a tablet, you can use a computer, web-based. So if you want to take advantage of that, that is another option, brand new for this year, so we're very excited about the app. Did everyone get an opportunity to visit all of our vendors? We had a number of exhibitors. We, in fact, have 12 exhibitors here. Be sure to visit them. They have goods and services that are applicable to all of us in the fat disorder community. So we are very happy to have them here, and let's give them a round of applause for their support. A couple housekeeping items before we start tonight's program. We are going to start tomorrow morning, bright and early. Breakfast will be served at 7 a.m. Okay, yeah, I'm like, what time? Okay, 7 a.m. Breakfast is from 7 to 8. We will have a breakfast out there. If you saw all of the emails, we took a lot of time and consideration even in planning our menus. So our menus are not your traditional, bagels and muffins, but we're going to have fruit and eggs and some other protein and other types of healthy foods. That will be for breakfast. We'll be back in here tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a classroom setting style. It will not be the round tables that we have this evening, so for more of a learning environment. Tomorrow at lunch, I will make the announcement. We will be, depending on weather, will be where we will be. Fingers crossed if the weather is nice, there is an outdoor atrium that we can enjoy. If the weather is not nice, we have to have our lunch in here. So fingers crossed, everybody, that we have some nice weather. Tomorrow is going to be a long day. It's going to be an action-packed, information-filled day. We all understand that. One of the things that we did do this year is we did make the breaks a little bit longer. If you've noticed, if you looked at the schedule, we are taking more frequent breaks, a little bit longer breaks. Please be sure to visit the vendors during that time, or just go hang out. If you are tired and go, you know what, I just can't make it down there, you can watch the live stream from your hotel room as well. So I wanted to make sure that we had all those things out there for you. Another housekeeping item, the pool. The pool has been opened back up for us as of 4 p.m. today. The pool will only be open today and tomorrow. It will be closed on Sunday. To access the pool, though, you can't just go there the normal way. To get to the pool, you actually go to the 7th floor. When you go off of the elevator, take a left. There's a door immediately to your left. You go through the door and across the outdoor atrium, and there will be a door to the pool that you should be able to access. If you have any problems, please go to the FDRS 2019 Facebook page and post there so that I know, but I have been assured that the pool is back open. So fingers crossed. You can imagine when I got here and they're like, oh yeah, the pool's closed. I was like, excuse me? Wait, we need to talk about that. So let us know. And when I talk about that, does everyone have access to the Facebook page? So everyone should have, when you registered, you should have gotten a link to the FDRS 2019 attendees page. There will make last minute announcements or anything that need to occur. So without further ado, are you guys ready? Are you excited to be here? How many of you, before we get started, how many of you are first-time attendees? Ah, yes. Welcome, welcome. We are beyond thrilled to have you here. How many of you have been to one conference in the past? Got a number of you. How many of you been to 2 conferences in the past? How many of you been to 3 or more conferences? Me. Fantastic. Well, we are very happy to have everybody here. We hope you enjoy your First of all, we want you to enjoy yourself. Oh, by the way, the bar is open until 7:30, okay? Okay, so if you want to sneak out and grab a drink, go right ahead. It's there for you. So, well, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get the program started. We're going to have Ms. Edalee Wallace come up and give us an introduction to and talk a little bit about lymphatic yoga. After Edalee's presentation, then we're going to go into the fashion show. We plan to be done no later than about 7:30, just to give you everyone, and gives you an opportunity to go have some more fun, maybe grab a dinner, drinks, rest. Many of you came from a long distance, so just so happy to have you here, and welcome to Baltimore. Welcome to FDRS 2019.